How's it going? Here we are. So, let me dig up your folder here. I got your notes. Got your notes there. Okay, so here's what I noticed. Your dad mentioned you watched the video by yourself, or he didn't watch it, or something like that. Assuming he's been watching with you and sort of helping you decipher all my mumbling every week. And so what I noticed is that like a lot of things got lost in that. You were kind of missing the things that I wanted you to do. No worries, but let's see if we can figure that out. So I think it's awesome if you can just handle this on your own. I know you can. Watch the videos by yourself, hold yourself accountable, and be able to understand my mumbling and take care of business on your own. Totally doable. I would say I do tend to talk a lot about things and move pretty quickly. And because we're not in person, I have no idea how you're picking up on those things. So I just kind of ramble it off. And because it's a video and it's saved, you could essentially watch it as many times as you need to in order to figure it out. But hopefully I'm being clear enough most of the time. So, but I would say you should probably take notes. Even for myself, like knowing the instrument, knowing all this stuff, like I would take notes. If someone sent me a half-hour video or 20-minute video, whatever, I would sit there with a pen and a piece of paper and write out specifically what it is I'm supposed to work on, because I would never remember that. I just wouldn't. And there's a lot of little details and a lot of little things that need to be picked up upon. So I would get in the habit of doing that. And, I'm an old dude. I would do it with a pen and a piece of paper. If you want to do it digitally with an iPad or something, that's totally fine. Whatever works for you, but probably should take some notes. And I thought about, I could just write it out in the email that I send you and be very specific about what it is I want you to do. But I decided not to do that because you should be able to do it for yourself, basically. I don't want to hold your hand too much because, like, in real life, nobody's going to hold your hand for anything. So learn to take notes however you want so that you know exactly what it is you're supposed to work on, because you didn't work on those things this past week. Cool. No worries. So today's lesson might be a little bit shorter because I'm just going to reiterate what I did last week to make sure that you're working on that. And, cool. Yeah, I think that's clear enough. So the quarter note grooves, they sound really good. They sound super good. But you missed a couple things that I wanted to do from last week. So first thing is we were getting off the hi-hat and we were going to the bell of the ride cymbal. And if you want to remember what that is, rewatch the video from last week because I explained the different positions you could have and where sort of you should be playing on the bell and what part of the stick you should be using. But we were coming off the hi-hat and going onto the bell. So all of those grooves at 90, and I noticed that's a little faster, right? Which is great. On the bell, with the back of the stick, right? Remember that. So you were playing with the tip, which happens, but it's kind of wimpy and thin sounding for where we're at right now. So flip the stick around, get used to that. Right in the middle of the drum to gap. like that. And of course, I'm still feeling that eighth note subdivision in my body. Even though I'm not playing any of that, right? To make it groove and make it sound good. Cool. So, yeah, just show me all of those moving to the bell, back of the stick, middle of the drum, and they sounded really good though, but I know that just moving to the bell, if you're not used to hanging out there, it can be a little awkward. So it's worth spending an entire week playing the same beats at the same tempo, just with your right hand on the bell, because that's going to be a little weird, probably. And your arm's going to get tired and stuff like that. So, okay, and then rim shots. So, I think you forgot what we were doing. So, basically we're playing this simple beat. 1 and 3 on the kick drum, 2 and 4 on the snare drum, eighth notes on the hi-hat. This is where if I were taking notes, I would actually write that out so I remember what it is. Tempo. I think 80 is nice. That's kind of where I was just at. Okay, and then I'd write down tempo, 80, and then, of course, they're all rim shots with my left hand. Every single one of those was a rim shot. What you showed me is you were using the right hand by itself and then the left hand by itself with no beat, and I didn't hear any rim shots. None. So do that. That's where we're hanging out for months as far as rim shot goes. That beat at 80, no faster, no slower, no different beats, just trying to get the left hand to play a really great rim shot consistently all the time. It's going to take a few months. You got to do it every day if you can. Maybe you could miss 1 day a week. It's got to be consistent. If it's not consistent, it's not going to happen, and you're just going to be so frustrated all the time. On top of the fact that you're going to be frustrated for a while anyways, because it's just, you got to sit here and you're going to miss that rim shot 90% of the time. But within a few weeks, you'll start hitting it. So that's what we're doing for rim shots. As far as the roughs go, some of those were a little tighter, but I think you were going like really fast, and it's not about speed. We want to make sure the roughs are right. So why don't we do the roughs with the metronome, just so I make sure that you're not going too fast. I don't really care about the metronome so much, I just want to make sure you're not going too fast. So what's 50 like? Yeah, I like that. So 50 roughs, and we can go back and forth like that, like you were doing. So right-handed rough, left-handed rough, right-handed rough, left-handed rough, and just trying to tighten up those two little notes just a little bit more. I heard some in there from you that were where they needed to be, but because I mean you were like you were moving so fast that it's hard to tell, and it's hard for you to tell when you're playing it what the roughs should be. So slow it down and make sure that you're getting those two little notes the right spacing. So I'll give it to you again at 50, alternating back and forth. Okay, make yours sound like that. Because right now, yours sound more like this. right? You hear the difference? If you don't hear the difference, rewind the tape and listen to this again. And listen to it until you can hear the difference. And then try to make yours sound like mine. Okay. Groovy. So that'll do it for today, I suppose. Yes? No? Yes? Yes. Just checking my notes here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Groovy. Hope that helps. Hope things are good. And I'll see you next week. Okay. Bye.